living Patty's dream. She always wanted a restaurant. I retired from construction, said let's do it. We took every penny we had and stuck in it, and so far it's worked out for us.
I've waited tables for 30 years. This is my home, This is my life. I serve farmers and anybody traveling through on Highway 20, I serve them. The plan was when we started. It was, where do you want to go eat at? You always want to go to Grandma's house. Grandma's always had best food, better food.
Community around here has kept us going. We bring people in from Sioux Center, Sergeant Bluff, Hardington. We bring people in from everywhere. It's a gathering place, yeah. We used to joke around, we called this Granny's Diner Feed, Seed, and Gravel Lot because they've traded cattle in the parking lot. They've done deals, the ethanol plant down here. It was basically planned back here in the dining room. We went out to start the tractor, and that's when it happened. The battery was dead, so he put the battery charger on it. I poured the gas in it, and I reached over, and it's got an old pull choke on it. So I bent over the tractor, and I pulled the choke out, and I hit the starter button. When I shut the tractor off, I turned around and looked, and I seen Alex bent down over the back of the tractor. So I went back, and I grabbed him by the waist, and I was going to pull him up, but when I grabbed him, I looked over his shoulder, then I seen his hand laying on the ground, you know, and his arm still stuck up to the P.T.O. And I grabbed my knife and I went back out there and I started cutting him loose. When I was cutting Alex loose, there was a piece of skin still holding the hand on. His hand was on the ground, but his arm was up here, and the skin was still holding it on. I actually thought, you know, when I was cutting him loose to go ahead and cut that and go ahead and free him, but by not cutting it, we found out later on, it took his nerves and his tendons and balled them up in a bundle. And I shut that tractor off just at the right time. It didn't cut all the way through them. They life-flighted him to Mercy, and the emergency room doctor come out and said, "You are not going to believe this. He's got movement, he's got feelings, and he's got good pulse." So that's when they took him to Omaha. The whole drive down there, all I can picture is just, you know, a stub. I knew the hand was gone. There was no doubt in my mind the hand was gone.
They said Nebraska Medical Center. We had no idea what we were getting into down there.
The following Sunday, they took him into surgery, and that's when they pinned his bones all back together. It took a rod, a plate, 8 or 9 screws, and 44 staples, and ungodly amount of stitches. I have no idea how many stitches.
It was a very substantial injury. There were multiple fractures. The skin was open. His muscles were injured. There's no question that power takeoff injuries can result in complete amputations of limbs, legs or arms. His arm was partway through that process. I mean, it really was almost ripped off. There were muscles that were torn through, tendons. The bones were terribly fractured. A situation like this is what I consider to be a limb-threatening problem. As young as he is, it was pretty remarkable how calm he was, and I'm sure his parents and grandparents were incredibly terrified and upset about it, but he was really tough. I was impressed. He's so young. Kids heal so much faster and better than adults do, and his hand is working great. All the muscles, some of the muscles had been significantly injured, but he's really healed them well. When you see something that could have resulted in him losing his arm, and now he's doing well, that's great. I mean, it's obviously a nice thing to be able to help somebody like that.
Alex is doing awesome. He's back in school. His grades never went down. He's carrying his A's and B's all the way through now. He can move his fingers. He can wave. He was riding four-wheelers the other day, so he's not supposed to, but That's how good he's doing. So he's going to go back out for football this season.
From what I seen these people do down there, and from what I seen just walking around the hospital, you know, Nebraska Medical Center, they're all wonderful, all the way from even housekeeping.
We're in ICU, and those people up there, those girls, those nurses on both floors are just remarkable. I'm sorry, remarkable is not a really good word. We would tell them they rocked. I am not a doctor person. I'm not. They all restored my faith. They were all worried about him. They were caring for him. I was impressed. Like Paul says, from the housekeeping all the way.
It was a really good experience. I was really happy with that, you know, the hospital up there, the staff, the nurse, everybody.
Miracles happen on 42nd and Dodge. I believe that. And I tell everybody, you want medical service, you go to 42nd and Dodge.
For being a bad experience, it was a good experience. You know, I'm glad we went there. You know, I don't think I would have been any happier anywhere else.